Hi Days fans, it's Wednesday and we are finally going to talk to you about our trip to LA. We're a little rough. We met our friend's Russian boyfriend last night. Say no more. So, I have to talk, we're going to talk a little bit about Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and Day of Days. So this might go at a pretty rapid clip. I want to start real quick with the trifecta of quotes on Friday afternoon. Mm-hmm. Starting, well, I don't know which one was first, but we have Nicole going, "Hey, why so glum, Victor? Vivian's buried alive. That's better than whiskers on kittens." And then Victor's saying, "Why does the mausoleum have more visitors than the Acropolis?"
Speaking of John Aniston, he told us that this is amazing. He doesn't start memorizing the lines until he goes to work that day.
Yeah, it was really amazing, the variance, because James Scott told us he spends 2 hours at home for every hour at work, and then John Aniston said, no, I get it all in, and I get it all out, and if they reshoot later, it's already gone.
In all fairness, though, James Scott scenes are much more difficult than John Aniston. He's not having to do the heavy-duty crying and love scenes and, would you agree or not? I mean, I'm not taking anything away from John, but I think EJ's lines are longer.
Well, John had his
more
day
exactly.
when they were doing all that.
And he still has his day, but it's not like all the time.
And then Maggie, Suzanne Rogers, we asked her about her preparation, if she did that, and she said no. Victor was amazing in his ability to do, John Aniston was amazing in his ability to do that, but she herself has dyslexia,
which makes it challenging.
Makes it much more challenging, and I was really impressed. And I've been very impressed with a lot of dyslexia situations. I don't know if I'm free to share, but there is one of our fans, or not fans, one of the Days of Our Lives fans who is a regular contributor to DaysTalk, and if she wishes to identify herself, she can put herself down in the comments. But she writes amazing posts for us that I never have to proofread, and she has dyslexia. So, let's talk about the great news for Days of Our Lives.
Renewed for 2 years. We found that out when we were flying back, huh?
The morning that we were in the airport, KDR sent us a message, and I was like, wow, where did you hear that? And, sadly,
rest easy.
Yeah, that we didn't get a chance to post about it till yesterday because we've been kind of like regrouping from our trip, but and partying with the Russians. But that was awesome.
There was more than one?
Just one.
Okay.
I don't know. It's all a blur. I think there was one. There started with one. That's just very, very, very exciting for Days. And then Days is now in high definition.
Oh, it's awesome. I love it. You see more of the scene, and it's crystal clear. And the sound, I think, is even better. Now,
let me ask you chicks. Because I'm a chick, like a chick, and I barely have noticed, Whereas JV is all like, it is like we're watching a different show to him.
Completely, yeah.
So tell me how you're feeling on that. So Day of Days was amazing. We got to be in the press room for the first time. That was quite the treat and joy.
Yeah, sitting across the table from every single actor there.
We got to meet everyone but 4. We didn't get to interview Nadia Bjorlin, but we've gotten to talk to her in the past. We did not get to interview Allison Sweeney. I'm not sure what happened with that. Both of them weren't around for, we were slotted to interview all of them. We had a schedule. But both of them, weren't there at certain points. And then Ty Treadway and Melissa Reeves, they were grouped together.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed at that one.
And I think that was just a scheduling. Because what happened was, a lot of this went over our time allotment, whether the actors were talking too long or if we were gabbing too long. So at the end of the day, there just wasn't enough time for everybody. So for those two, that's what happened. It was the end of the day and there was no more time. But that would have been fun. You guys had some good questions for them that I didn't get to ask.
We got to meet Stefano. That was kind of surreal.
Yeah.
Opposite the...
John Aniston, I think, was the one that reminded me the most of his actual character.
Yeah. Because Stefano does not have an accent in real life, but he's got that voice, that baritone voice.
They were all amazingly gracious, all of them.
And fun.
Yeah. It was funny. Chandler Massey was a nice treat. He's very well spoken. He's a nice young man. Okay, so I got a couple of notes for Friday. Mark Hopka, when we did our interview with him, was teasing me that he's a tequila snob because, I drink Cuervo Gold and he's beyond that, I guess. But they had Cuervo ads all during, we watched on NBC, we watched Friday's episode on the NBC website. And so there's those ads, like every 5 minutes, the same exact ad.
Where the guy's reaching out for a Cuervo.
For the Cuervo, and I thought, ooh, Mark wouldn't like that. All right, what do I have here? Oh, I'm loving this alliance between Brady, Nicole, Victor, Kate. But then Melanie walks in, and she's like, what the hell's going on here? I'm off at a funeral, and you're out here celebrating, and...
Things are moving quickly now.
Oh, yeah.
So we got Melanie changing her mind. She's going to tell her dad. Now Chloe goes into labor at the cabin. Vivian's out of the coffin. Maggie's in. I mean, it is just...
And we know what the baby's already going to... We already know the name of the baby because of the previews.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I like the whole anticipation of that.
What is the baby's name?
I don't know. I'm going to say it, but cover your ears in case you don't want to know. 1, 2, 3. Parker Jonas.
Parker. Okay. So I have a new nephew.
I loved when EJ called Samantha darling right in front of Rafe. I swear as God is my witness, if another man who used to date me called me darling in front of you, I think he'd be on the floor.
Yeah.
Would he not?
Well, yeah. Well, lots of stuff that he doesn't do is not cool.
And then he's like, oh, this poor guy. He's given up everything for you and raising your 4 kids, and he didn't even sire any of them.
That's why Galen Gehring, or I should say Rafe. Yeah, I got to make sure I use the character's name.
No, but Galen Gehring's the one that said it.
Galen Gehring said EJ is a prick. His character, obviously, but we thought that was hilarious. Now people are getting all bent out of shape.
Yeah, but we're going to put Crystal Chappelle's interview up today, and Crystal Chappelle is all about how all the fan bases need to get along and work together because none of these actors or characters are going to go very long term if there's not all this triangle action. So let's all play nice in the sandbox. And Galen Gehring was completely cool, and we loved him, and that's enough of that.
He uses the E-jammy stuff that they sent Allison Sweeney. Like the pens, he uses them to write in his script and eats the chocolates.
That was one of the best things I heard all day long. Now, I am an E-jammy fan, but now I'm a Galen Gehring fan, too. I am. And I don't know if I'm an E-jammy or if I'm a James Scott and Galen Gehring fan, because I just love those two guys.
James Scott and Galen Gehring, yeah.
Another gay reference for Gus. Did you pick up on it?
Oh, yeah. Where she said that he would like the torture chamber.
Yeah, when the big goon tied him up, and she's like, ooh, but you like that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what they're doing with poor little Gus.
They're touching the electric fence.
Yeah, that's as far as Days is willing to go on that topic, I guess. What else do I have? And so they insinuated that Victor knew about Philip's other lie. Because he said to his dad, oh, great, now I'm lying to Melanie again, and Victor didn't even, nothing. So what's that all about?
He knows everything, just like Steph now.
So yesterday's episode, I loved when, I don't remember anything from, you know what, I think these first notes, are these notes from Friday?
Well, that you wrote on HD, so it didn't start until Monday.
I really have no idea what happened Monday or what we wrote down or anything, so let's talk about yesterday.
Yeah, let's just jump to yesterday.
I loved when Chloe took the keys, threw them in the freaking water. I mean, that's pretty hardcore. That's something I would do. So that now they cannot leave the island. And Melanie's like, so what? I got a phone. And Chloe's like, yeah, I live here. That's never going to work. And Melanie's like, oh, Maggie upgraded.
Yeah, what, she built some towers or something?
Right on the Horton Island. She put a whole new cell tower out there.
So good thing she's a nurse, going to have to deliver that baby.
I know. It doesn't look like it's going too smoothly at first.
With Papa Daniel on the phone, but she has that look on her face. Is that just when she sees the baby's head?
I think that the cord's going to be wrapped around its neck, so she's all panicked, but everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I am a cord wrapped around neck baby, and my child was too.
Oh.
So it's all good. I'm a little odd, but you know. So, Nicole.
Oh, she's got the evidence.
I would love to see Nicole and EJ work together to bring down Sammy.
We saw in the previews that she's going to run to EJ with that and ask for money. No money?
No.
Oh, Sydney.
He thinks she's going to ask for money. She's like, nah, I got one other thing, and we all know what that is.
Sydney? But EJ's not going to give her Sydney.
He might let her have... Listen, this is what he's got. Nicole has something in her hand, which I don't understand.
Bring the children back. So.
Why doesn't he just, like, shoot her in the head to get it? I don't understand. I mean, he's like...
Could they? That's not their style. Could they get back together?
Oh, they so could. They so could. And I hope they do it right this time.
Well, he doesn't have a love interest now. He's got to have a little action between getting back together with Sammy.
I hope they do it all cutesy and lovey like they started to the first time before they screw that up.
Now that they got rid of Lindsay Hartley.
But listen, if he has his choice between... He doesn't get to see the kids at all now. He gets that evidence from Nicole, and then all he has to do is let Nicole have supervised visits. And while she's there playing with the kids, he realizes how devoted she is and how in love he still is with her. That E-Joel love could come back. Oh, they asked Ariane Zucker, Nicole, at Day of Days, who she would rather be in love with, Nicole or James Scott or Eric Marsoff, Brady or EJ. And she said, Brady. She's like, well, I'm a little nervous because James is behind me. He was sitting directly behind her. But she said Brady, and she's like, he tried to choke me. Love. Choke love. I think I'm going to go with love. There's some cute stuff going down at that Q&A. Crystal Chappelle and Peter Reckles smooching. Stefano agreeing to meet some hardcore fan under the awning.
So Peter Reckles convinced me that Zach is not coming back, and it makes perfect sense, and I'm off that train. Yeah,
I don't want to... We'll save that for that interview because it's really awesome to watch. But Peter Reckles, really, we are no longer thinking Zach's going to come back because he really...
And he said he was proud of the fact that they wrote in the death of a child.
He was proud how they handled it.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to say, I want to thank God in heaven that we did not have to watch Gus feeding Vivian grapes. You see him reach for the grapes and walk into our home, and I'm like, no.
It's like, I'm not handicapped.
I don't want to watch this, no. And then thank God. Could you just imagine? That's about all I could take in the middle of the afternoon.
No.
Trying to eat my volcano nachos. What else do we have? When are they going to get Maggie out of that sarcophagus? I don't know.
Soon. We saw in the previews where Victor opens it up.
Yeah, but when? That could be any time in November. It's only the 9th or 10th. Today's the 10th. So, we got a ways to go on that front.
But aren't Victor and Phil trying to open the sarcophagus as we speak?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember last night.
So I think it's going to be soon. Because that's the last thing that... Like, let's open it, Dad. Come on.
Well, I hope so too, because we gotta post my picture in the sarcophagus.
Oh yeah.
They had a prop. Last year they had a prop where you could stand in front of as if you were being arrested. You know, like a mugshot. And this year you could pretend.
They had that too.
Oh, okay. And this year you could pretend to be in the sarcophagus.
Alrighty, we better wrap it up.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. So if we missed anything key, which I'm sure we did doing 3 stories at once, and Day of Days, and the reunion, and the high def, then you guys start little
chains of
little discussions down in the comments. Bring up what we forgot. Because, whatever, we're crazy.
Alright.
Okay. A couple watches stays together.
Stays together.